Yeah, be vigilant.
Yeah.
All right, then, to our next story. You know, reprieve seems to have come the way of the embattled national chairman of the Labour Party, Barrister Julius Abure, following a recent court ruling affirming him, Abure, as the national chairman of the party. Electoral umpire, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, is in agreement with the court order and has therefore invited the party to the consultative meeting with other political parties. It's instructive to mention here that the Federal High Court, Abuja, had declared that the Labour Party National Convention held at Nnewi in March was valid. We hope that Abure would make the most of the development.
Yes,
Charles.
we hope so too. And I just also hope that Labour has not also lost its soul. And I also wonder why, following every general election, opposition parties will always have problems, rebuilding their hopes. From the time that PDP lost the election in 2015 to the APC, which is an amalgamation of several parties,
4 parties.
PDP has not recovered. Has not recovered till today. The soul of that party is sick. Whatever they have injected may not have been working. And then here is also Labour Party that came with a strength.
Like a new kid on the blood.
With that strength,
block, rather.
They were doing that, and then you now had at the fringes, you had the obedient movement that was also giving it vent, holding ladder off for them. And you thought you had a replacement for PDP, I mean, as a viral opposition party.
Now the teething problem.
Yes, so you now have problem with leadership. Now, it does seem as if that what this is how it seems to me. Where if you want Abure to continue, let him have it. But let him have national chairmanship of Labour. But Labour is the Labour belongs to other people. Because they also say, you want that, let's give it to him. But the actual structure, as we speak, Abure may have lost it. And then will have the Anambra election upon them. And they need time to also,
Ondo is waiting in the woods.
Ondo is also there. So I don't know why we are unable to build opposition in this party. I mean, in the opposition parties in this country. When they lose during the election, you see all of them, coming on strong. You think maybe something's going to happen. After the election, it's either the leadership is suffering or people are decamping. So I think Labour parties who actually want to do well in future elections, they must work with what they have now.
Yeah.
If they want to accept Abure to serve out his tenure, let them do that before they can regroup and recover.
Yeah,
that's what I wish.
BK would agree that in Nigeria we think politics is a zero-sum game. It's either take it or you don't.
Exactly.
Yes.
Winners take all.
The Nigerian politician would prefer to lose all than watch his adversary or his friend turned adversary regain preeminence.
Exactly.
Abure, when they held that stakeholders meeting on September 4, many of us felt, look, because in the past, Peter Obi sat on the fence. He did not want to show his hand, like a person playing a game of cards. He did not want to show his hand. But ultimately, I knew that he will go to the side where he believes there are far more people. Because for Peter Obi, 2027 is very much in his heart. Everything that he does, everything that he says, he has 2027 in mind. If you think he will say some things that will cause him to hurt his chances, then you don't know what you are doing. He will not say what will hurt his chances in 2027. He has 2027 firmly hedged in the inner recesses of his heart. So he's calculating every move. When others moved against him back then, he did not want to take side. But I wasn't surprised when they came together for that September 4 meeting, and he was there. The governor, the sole governor, the party Alesoti was also there, and Nenadi Stausman, the geographer who was once Nigeria's finance minister, was made the caretaker chairman of the party. And people felt, yeah, Abure's time was gone. But the courts have now said, look, the convention that Abure held
in March
in Nnewi in March this year was valid.
Yeah.
And I've said before that the fact that INEC did not attend.
Yeah.
Because supervise
did not invalidate it.
Does not invalidate it. Especially when they notified INEC of their change of venue. You know, for security reasons, they were moving the venue.
Okay.
They notified INEC of the change of venue, but INEC stayed away. You know? So,
INEC did not also oppose also that it was also in the report. Go ahead.
So, that INEC didn't witness the convention does not invalidate it. And before now, even a court had ruled that the fact that INEC was not there does not invalidate it.
Would you say that has set a precedence?
Yeah, that set the tone for what will come later.
Wow.
That set the tone for what will come later. So, I don't know what will happen as we go on with the legal battle. Right? I'm sure it will get to the Supreme Court. But Abure appears like somebody, a cat with 9 lives. At a point when they accused him of corruption and he was suspended,
it's still true.
The court of appeal ruled that you cannot suspend him in the manner that they had done.
Okay.
The convention of the party, the biggest or highest decision-making organ of the party, the organ that can suspend. No, not the end of the convention.
Okay, convention.
The convention is the highest decision-making organ. It's stronger than NEC. That is where you can suspend.
Only that convention can wield the big stick.
Leadership at world level cannot hack the national chairman. So that had been affirmed. I know that they are not going to leave him alone. And as we go on, we'll see this kind of battles continue. NNPP has their own. I was reading what an NNPC official said the other day, that is the APC that is dividing. It's a very silly thing to say.
It's not allowing them to.
What were you?
We've been there. You
knew that a ruling party would be happy to see you people.
No, it's not by the group.
Why are you people too selfish to come together to say, okay,
we're going to give him a fight?
Yes, let's not any step that they are going
to
take.
Let's give him a fight.
See, when the APC, when they were trying to build the APC as a political party to challenge the
PDP at that time,
all of the battles, the different quarrels they had, they brushed aside. I remember during a book launch, I think it was Amechi or Erufai that was saying,
Rotimi.
Yes. You know, I think it was Amechi or Rotimi or Erufai that said, we had quarrels, we had disagreements with Ashwaju and other people, but we told ourselves, look, we will quarrel, but let's win this election first. All. That is the way a proper opposition party, not populated by selfish and thoroughly ambitious people who put themselves above the party. That is the way. I mean, if you do not put yourself over the party, you will sacrifice everything just for the price. You know what the price is. You know what you want to achieve. You must come together and say, look, no matter what we
let's
go
apply
through,
the brakes.
Let's just make sure we win first. No, we can quarrel after the victory, but let's make sure we win first. Eyes on the ball. That is not how they are thinking. The way Kwankwaso is thinking is not the way Peter Obi is thinking. Neither of them will agree to work under the other person. No. Whatever you hear them say, they don't mean it. I remember even when it was suggested to Kwankwaso that it could be deputy to Peter Obi. He got angry. He felt insulted.
How could you say so?
He felt insulted. He was abroad. At that time, they asked him that question. So is that how we've seen opposition built in other lands? They come together They work together. They agree.
Submit themselves to the center.
Yes. At the end of the day, they build a solid opposition that delivers victory in the final analysis. That's not how these ones are thinking.
But I have a problem.
Charles,
I have a problem with that antecedent.
No. We'll sort the problem out. But let's go on a break. We need to make some money now. All right. Well, let's go on a commercial break. We'll be back shortly. Please stay with us. All right, folks, welcome back. We were discussing the development in the Labour Party. Now, the court has ruled that Barrister Julius Abure remains the bona fide chairman of the party. Yes. And INEC has said, okay.
Yes.
INEC is playing ball.
But I said I have a problem with the legal
Let's settle the problem.
Now, the legal precedent said is that, like what it said that, INEC said that, the court said INEC doesn't necessarily have to be in attendance, or they don't have to show up there for it to validate any convention. Yes. Now, the problem I have is that, what about in the future, parties will just go and hold, maybe two parties, one hold one side, then which one would be recognized?
No, you see, the thing is...
So that's why I have a problem. Hold on.
Let me explain.
If you are heading the party, I have the party.
Yes. You didn't get why they took that decision. The party must show that it extended invitation to INEC, because it's a precondition before you can do a convention.
I do know that.
Good, ample notice. The party provided evidence that it
notified. Yes.
When the venue changed, they were also notified. The judges are human beings. We shouldn't imagine that they are not sensible human beings. If, in obedience to the law, I let you know that I'm holding this thing, so. If for any reason you couldn't show up, it's not my fault.
Okay.
So they will look at that. Did they make moves to inform them? If they made moves and on their own they failed to show up, you know that you can't blame the party.
No, where I'm coming from,
that would be different. That would be different to the scenario that you are trying to paint.
Good.
That would be different. If you willfully organize a convention, you did not.
You did INEC's presence.
Yes, you did not put INEC in the mix. Yes. Then don't expect.
Okay, that may be running foul of the law.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. That's exactly what I wanted to put.
Yes, because they notified them. And they were expecting them to be there.
The letters of the law, very important. It's communication. So it's okay, where they said INEC doesn't have to be there. Okay, well, let's do a good do it. INEC, that's what I'm saying.
But
can it be validated?
Charles, I'm happy you are not an interested party.
Well, you know that in coming to judgment, court will listen to
both parties.
All shares and make deductions.
And then, because we are not slaves to the law, where the judge can apply common sense. The judge will apply common sense as against rigidly implementing the content of the law. So in this case, those guys did nothing wrong.
That's fine.
And we have to commend INEC.
Exactly. For obeying
the court.
And that's how to build a very affordable democracy. Because if everybody will be obeying court order, then we will be in a banana republic.
Whether the law favors, whether the court order favors you or not.
But the court has said obey it first.
Move afterwards.
You cannot go to the appellate level.
All right, gentlemen, so we can only wish the Labour Party Godspeed from now. Okay, to our next story. The Boy Scout time-honored motto, be prepared, comes to mind here. It provokes the question.